Good morning, guys. Welcome to MK Customs YouTube channel. Today, I'm going to show you guys how to get junk like this picked up out of somebody's yard and make some money with it. So this is a Yardman mower. It's nothing too fancy, but I've sold quite a few of these over the years, and you can make a little bit of money if you get them for the right price. Last night, I brought it in here because it was raining. We already got a new battery in there. It did not have a battery at all. So that was step one. And then got a connection fixed. And as you can see, we got key, but we got no fire. So, gonna get into that, see what's going on, check out the fuel system, and teach you guys how to make a little bit of money on something. And I'll show you the other one. It's raining pretty good right now, but there's the other one. It's a Poland twin cylinder. And it's got flat tires and same issue, turns over. But we picked them both up for under $100. There's a little bit of a trade involved, so I really only paid like $40 for them, plus a couple other little items. So pretty good chance to make some money on two mowers. I got $100 in batteries between the two, and we'll see what else we need. So the gas tank doesn't look too bad, but I'm gonna pull the line off right there, drain the gas out, see what we got, and then probably get some fresh gas in there before we go too much further.
Gonna let that drain for a little bit. Probably got less than a gallon in there, so pop this off too and see. We got the carburetor. Don't look too bad.
So I was playing with this linkage here, noticing that it actually doesn't ever engage the choke. Like right there, it should be pushing this forward, but it's not. So if I push that forward, maybe now we have. Okay, so choke works when you push it manually, and that fires right up, so praise the Lord. So our gas is basically all drained. I do see, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but down in there, there's a speck of something. It's kind of just hanging out. Really like to get that out, because something like that could get over your port and plug that off, so then you won't have any gas. So I'm gonna try to get that out. So we got our wet dry shop vac, and here we go. So you can see this ain't my first rodeo. It looks like we got that spec, so right now I'm gonna get this gas, get our line back hooked up. Maybe, there we go. And then I got this labeled, so hopefully nobody dumps it in something. Use it to start fires or clean something, but bad. So we're on our way to the gas station right now, but I wanted to take a minute to just share something with you. I spend a lot of time working on metal things, junk that's gonna rust away one day and be gone, basically. Cars and mowers and four-wheelers and bikes. And I enjoy that stuff, but it's really easy when you're completely engulfed in this life to get too focused on the things of this world. And it's kind of something that's been on my mind lately, is the way that we as Christians, if you are a Christian, are to be called out from the world and not be laying up for yourself treasure on earth, as Jesus said. He said, lay not up for yourself treasure on earth, but treasure in heaven. So he says the treasure here on earth is going to rust, it's going to mold, it's going to get moth-eaten. The things of this earth are passing away quickly, And I was sharing with a friend of mine at work the other day how we have these things on earth, and they're literally all God's. Everything on this earth, all the things that we say we own, God is letting us borrow it for a time, and he may take it when he sees fit. But we have those things to be good stewards of and to take care of, obviously. But then Jesus says later in that parable, where your treasure is, your heart will be also. So if all I care about are the things of this world, lawnmowers and making money and junk, really that's pretty shallow. And my heart is going to be here on this earth. My treasure's not in heaven, my treasure's here on earth. I can't see the big picture. So it's important for us to continuously remind ourselves, you know, something breaks, something goes wrong, I lose a bunch of money somewhere, you know, our treasure, our home is not here on this earth. Our treasure should not be here on this earth. If you're a Christian, if you've trusted Christ, we should be looking up and obviously doing things like fixing lawnmowers and whatnot it's all fun and games, but when it doesn't go right, when you know the lawnmower blows up, when something bad happens where now I don't have this thing anymore, if our mindset is so earthly that we can't get our eyes off of the here and now, we're going to get frustrated easily. Our life is going to be dictated by the surroundings that we are in and not by what we have to look forward to and go to. You know, Jesus says that if we have food and raiment, food and clothes, we ought to be content with such things. You know, anything else beyond that, it's truly a blessing from God. He's letting us use these things, and one day the elements will melt with the fervent heat. This earth is going to pass away, and everything that we worked for, everything we thought was so valuable, it's going to be nothing. It's going to be meaningless. So I hope that you all have a blessed rest of this day. Enjoy the rest of the video. You know, I'm just a small YouTube channel right now trying to get started, and I would appreciate any likes, any advice, any comments, anything you guys want to see. Let me know in the comments, but I'm going to get some gas and I'll see you back at the shop. Well, we're back at the shop and I fired it up, and there's a problem with the throttle linkage where it was almost running full throttle. Turns out this rod was pretty bent, and it still is a little bit back here from somebody taking it off and probably yanking it around to try to get it back on, but we'll try to get this rod as straight as we can and keep that spring from getting messed up. Anyways, that'll be the next task, is getting that straightened back out, and then our choke wouldn't engage. It would only disengage it, so try to get that all hooked up. And then I had the carburetor off, I figured go give it a clean over there on the bench. So I just noticed something else too. There's no bolt on the top right there, which if there's air leaks beyond the carburetor, what that'll do is cause a lean condition. So we need to get that bolt found and installed so that we can continue on with tuning this thing and getting it running right. So we got our bolt out here, but this has definitely swelled. So there's no way that this thing's ever gonna seal right. You know, as you try to push it on, it's too big, so we're gonna have to try to either find one or cut this down and seal it up. But yeah, that was gonna cause a problem with this thing running right for sure. Then right over here, we got our carburetor out and apart, and it didn't look too bad, but just pays to spray it out, get the bowl clean. Got a little bit of stuff growing in there, but we'll get it all shined up quick. And this is kind of your assembly. Carburetors are pretty simple once you understand them, but they can be awful temperamental with just weird stuff. So I'm gonna spray this out, make sure that all our seals are in good shape, maybe get some of this off of there, but get her back together, and I may have to go get a bolt and a seal depending on what I can find. So. And there we go. There's gonna be no problem with that. Got the seam right there, but that's gonna seal up and work really well with our new bolt. And just like that, everything's on. Our choke now works off of our lever up here. So let's see if she runs. Try it again. So we got her running pretty decent. And if you notice, we got a whole lot of play in this wheel. And I see that we have a pretty worn connection right there. So we're gonna pull that off and see if we can fix it. And just like that, we got her all filled up, new hole drilled. So I'm gonna hit that with a little black paint so it doesn't rust and slap her back on. Well, good afternoon, everybody. MK Customs again with the mower here, and everything's working really good. The last things I did was I replaced that belt, drive belt there, so everything underneath's ready to go, and also the spring and cable for the deck engagement, which works really good. Everything on this mower is tip-top shape.